Today we're looking at the chapter Create a Need, Stir Anxiety and Discontent from the book The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. Let's continue the series.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Of course, once again, we're here breaking down the Art of Seduction book, okay? Now this chapter is very interesting to me, and it's interesting to me because the symbol for this chapter is Cupid's arrow. Let me just read you guys this. Okay, so symbol, it says Cupid's arrow. What awakens desire in the seduced is not a soft touch or a pleasant sensation, it's a wound. The arrow now creates a pain, an ache, a need for relief. Before desire, there must be pain. Aim the arrow at the victim's weakest spot, creating a wound that you can open and reopen, okay? If you get this imagery of Cupid's arrow, you understand that arrow is aiming for a wound, to create a wound. Essentially, you want to stir this feeling inside of the target or the person that you're seducing, that something's missing. I've been trying all these different things out, something's missing, and you seem like you have the solution to my answer, what I'm looking for. I've been trying to look for this answer my whole life, but I can't get it, okay? So, create a need. Same for marketing, right? You create a need in the marketplace. You don't have just teaching content, you have conversion content. Two different things, okay? You have to teach people how to want what you have. You gotta teach people how to want what you have, and you do that by creating more emphasis on people's pain points. You know this through marketing, right? If you're a marketer, you know this. You gotta press on the pain point for people so it stretches the gap for where they are now and where they want to be. And it creates more. Like, what if you keep doing the same thing over and over again in your life, girl? Okay, where are you gonna get to? That's creating and stirring anxiety, discontent, right? But it's not so much that you're trying to go out of your way to do that. It's just like the greatest healers on the planet, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is just my belief, because I'm a healer myself. I use a lot of energy work in my coaching. The greatest healers trigger you. They trigger you so that you can heal, so that you can be better, so you can be a better version of yourself. So what Robert Greene suggests is that you make comparisons of yourself with others, with that person and others. You point out the fact that their lives are less grand than they've imagined. You point out to them the delusions and the illusions that they're going through and the insecurities that they have. You point them out, you point out the flaws, and you emphasize them. And it says right here, you must never mistake a person's appearance for reality. They might show they're flashy and show-offy and whatever, but they might be very broken and insecure inside. You don't know that, okay? So it's up to you to build that rapport. And again, over time, you create this kind of vulnerability with people where they trust you more, right? What Robert Greene says is that everyone lacks a sense of completeness, missing something in life. So if you bring their doubts and insecurities to the surface, they'll be led to follow you, okay? Because if they're running away from their own life, you could be there to remind them that, hey, I might be the solution to your problems right now. And you have this willingness to walk away from it too. You're not like, you're not there to go and then trigger people and walk away, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you understand that you fulfill a role in this relationship. You're here to guide it in a particular way. And if you're a woman as well, let me give you two different strategies, okay? If you're a woman, you might have fallen for this trap, in a sense, of how the guy makes a lot of mistakes and makes himself lower or feel or lower. That's a weird strategy, okay? And you might get into the role of mothering him, doing everything for him, cooking for him, cleaning for him. And a man might be very happy with that. However, you're not getting your end of the bargain where the care and love is taking place, right? So in the same way, you'll notice that sometimes in the middle of an argument, if you bring up some old thing from the past or something like this, it just creates so much chaos and, arguments and things like this. You might have noticed this, but it also sparks something within the relationship. It creates a bit of, women know how to do this, okay? To perpetuate the drama, to keep their life interesting, okay? Now, I'm not saying everybody does this. Not everybody does this. However, when you can understand this mechanism of how we as humans, we just want to feel good. We just want like others to take care of our problems. We don't want to worry so much about our own lives, right? When someone can come along in our picture or our storyline and give us an alternative that's way better than what we've been having, I mean, of course we'll be drawn and magnetized to that, right? Or seduced towards that. So you want to understand their past. Okay, you want to understand a person's past to get closer to them, not only to use that information to manipulate. No, I would say understand the nostalgic elements, understand a person's hot buttons, right? Like really what makes somebody react like that, like an unconscious like trauma response. I mean, again, this is going to help you knowing that, okay, I push this button and they react like this. Okay, so that's a soft spot for them. You got to know what people's soft spots are, right? Then you can insinuate, then you can build upon the storyline, then you can adopt the frame of mind. You remind them how they've strayed from their goals and ideals. Hey, you had this amazing mission in life, what happened to it? You remind them again. You offer them a chance to recapture their lost youth or their big dreams or goals or ambitions in life that, maybe they thought they would follow, but they never ended up doing that. And so you become the catalyst for their change or their transformation. But you do this by pointing out the obvious, pointing out the truth in such a way where, it stirs a feeling of inadequacy, insecurity, discontent, doubt, confusion. But at the same time, now the storyline's building towards something. Eros, the god of love, actually does this. He knows that love cannot be induced in a person unless they too feel a need. If you feel a need, a longingness for change, for liberation, for improvement, for growth, whatever it is, you have a need. And if you can meet someone's needs, they will be obsessed with you, they'll be addicted to you, they'll be seduced by you, right? So let's say that your need is certainty and someone else gives you that feeling of certainty. Well, you're going to stick around them, okay? If your need is love and connection, and you get that love and connection from them, you're going to be validated and feel very good around their presence. But at the same time, they might remind you of the bad so that they can focus on the good, you see? So it's this, almost this shadow jumping aspect, right? Where you reflect like a mirror the shadows in the other person, and they get more conscious of it, and they reveal those aspects or unconscious longings or stirred or repressed desires that are just waiting to bubble up to the surface. You create scenarios, you illuminate fantasy, you position yourself as the expert, and you understand also there's a warning here. If you go too far in lowering the target's self-esteem, they'll feel too insecure to enter into your seduction. Don't be heavy-handed. Always follow up the wounding attack with a soothing gesture. Otherwise, you will simply alienate them. I like the fact that Robert Greene mentioned this, because a lot of people can take this too far. A slight uneasiness, a stagnant dissatisfaction, a realization that they're upset without knowing why. These are the types of feelings that you want to basically suggest in the other person. And you do this through your language, you do this through your words. My life was ordinary, it was average, and then someone came along and everything changed until I met this person. Wow. Okay? That's a beautiful seduction. Where they came along as the walking permission slip for you, as the solution for you, for your problems. So maybe they have aspects and qualities that you really admire in them that you want in yourself, right? This is what a lot of us do. We want what we can't have. We allow ourselves to get engaged into this fantastical reality of the perfect, ideal relationship, okay? So I hope this chapter helped you out, kind of give you more of an idea on how to do this. Again, you have to teach people how to want what you have, okay? So that means that you have to really portray yourself as the person who has the answers. Unconsciously, once you get more confident along in your own journey, that confidence is already going to be infectious. It's going to make people feel uncomfortable or very triggered around you. But make sure that you play this very subtly, okay? Cupid, you know, he shoots the arrow from a distance. He doesn't go up and melee the person, right? Stab it with the arrow. No. He aims from very far. He understands that, okay, I know the chink in the armor. I know the soft spot. I know what, you know, makes their eyes water a little bit. And I know the delicateness of this being, okay? I know that they are flawed just like I am, like a human. And once you really get to this understanding, it becomes much easier, because someone who's chirpy, bubbly, and happy all the time is very difficult to seduce, okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible, because of course sometimes those bubbly, chirpy characters that you see walking around, they are very insecure and they're putting on a people-pleaser mask to pretend that they're sociable and the butterfly, but really they feel like crap. So again, this is why Robert Greene also demonstrates that, hey, don't look at a person's appearance, really study their character, really go into their past, learn about the nuances of what makes them who they are, okay? And that way, you can aim the arrows directly, create that longing, that desire that is inherent within all of us. I'm going to share a little bit of a testimonial with you guys, okay? If you want a session like this, shoot me a message. I want to help more of you guys out. Find your art of seduction archetypes. So just reach out on Instagram. Have an amazing day. So we have Tunde over here, and we just got
What's
off
up?
of a art of seduction session. So how was that for you, bro? Like, do you have more clarity now?
Well, yeah. Well, I asked you. You asked me direct questions. I responded directly, and you know, it went fast. It's like, how long? 50 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah. I actually got my type already, so it's like very fast. While I've been reading this book for like, I know this book for like 2 years, so this is like was very insightful, very helpful. Yeah.
Dope. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Have an amazing day, guys. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it.